DMart added 50 stores in FY25. Their revenue grew, their profits grew. So, on the surface, everything looks strong for DMart. But then I calculated one liquidity ratio and it looked surprisingly weak. Quick ratio for DMart in FY25 was only around 0.38 and in FY22 it was only around 0.30. Now, for a company like DMart, that sudden drop of this ratio feels strange. So, what is actually going on here? Is this a warning sign or is there a deeper story behind the number? And that is what we are going to figure out in this video. We will calculate the liquidity ratios. We will understand what the business model and business context is telling us about these numbers. And then we will validate our thinking with management commentary. But before we touch any ratio and we move on to Excel, let's first understand what kind of business DMart actually is. DMart is a value retailer built around a simple business philosophy, which is everyday low cost and everyday low price. So the company keeps its own cost low and passes that benefit to customers through competitive everyday pricing. It sells across three broad categories: food, non-food FMCG, and general merchandise and apparel category. So your food includes groceries, staple and other daily consumption products. Your non-food FMCG includes home care and personal care, and general merchandise and apparel includes household products, garments and discretionary items. Most of this business for DMart happens through regular physical retail stores, but DMart also has an online channel through DMart Ready, supported by fulfillment centers. If I talk about store counts, it stood around 415 stores in FY25, and the company continues to expand across India, including markets where its store density is still lower, such as North India. So before we touch any ratio, keep this simple picture in mind. DMart is a value retailer selling everyday use products through a growing store network. With that business context in mind, let's move to Excel and start with the first liquidity ratio, which is current ratio. So I have plotted 6 years of financials for DMart FY20 to FY25. I have income statement, balance sheet, and then there are some notes to balance sheet which I will show you later. But let's calculate current ratio. So what is current ratio? Current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities, and current assets are the company's short-term assets that the company expects to convert into cash or sell or use within 1 year. Current liabilities are obligation that the company needs to pay or settle within 1 year. So when we are calculating current ratio, we are trying to figure out how many times of current assets does the company have against its current liabilities. And if I need to simplify it further, let's say if the company had to meet its near term obligations tomorrow, does it have enough short term asset cushion or not? So we are trying to answer that question with current ratio. So let's calculate this for DMart. Current assets divided by current liabilities. Press Ctrl R. Let me also include sparkline chart. So data range, press enter, and this is the current ratio. So current ratio is roughly maintained around 3 times across these years, and you might have heard that in a normal setting, a current ratio above 1, 1.5 is usually considered good. So on the face of it, it seems that DMart has sufficient short-term cushion and the company is decently liquid. But before we analyze further, I want to make one quick point around current ratios. You need to understand that it's not necessary that a current ratio less than 1 is always a problem. And for that, let me show you one example. So this is Maruti's balance sheet, and you can see the current ratio for Maruti is less than 1 across all these 3 years. And at first glance, you may conclude that the company is in trouble, but you need to understand Maruti's business model is very different. It takes advances from dealers, so it has low receivables. It does not have to pay to its suppliers in advance. It does not have to maintain a lot of inventories, so it operates with strong cash generation. And then it invests that cash into investments, which is in the form of mutual funds, long term fixed deposits, and that's the reason their current ratio looks underestimated. But if you include this investment as well as part of the ratio, you will see that their ratio also stands around 3. So don't blindly conclude that the company is in trouble just because their current ratio is below 1. The business model of the company and its operating philosophy matters. Now let's come back to DMart again. So the current ratio is maintained around 3. So DMart looks comfortable and decently liquid. But let's go one level deeper, because as you saw that current ratio includes everything inside the current assets: cash, receivables, other financial asset, other current asset. But you need to understand that not all of these assets are immediately available to pay obligations. Cash and cash equivalents is of course liquid, it is immediately available. Bank balance is immediately available. Other current financial assets, other current assets, we may need to see what is included in these two line items, so we can't say. Investment, it is liquid. Inventories, maybe, may not be, because we can't sell all of our inventories tomorrow. So here comes the quick ratio, which is asking a stricter question. If we remove assets which are harder to convert quickly, does the company still have enough liquid assets to cover near term liabilities? Now, the most common way people calculate quick ratio is current assets minus inventory, and then they divide it by current liabilities. So, if you are doing shortcut and if you are on short of time, that is fine. But in real analysis, we prefer going line by line and we ask this question: can this asset actually become cash quickly? So, inventories might not be, if we can't sell it quickly, I'm not including it. Investments, yes. Trade receivables, if it's collectible. Cash and cash equivalents, yes. Bank balances, yes. Other current financial assets and other current assets, that we need to see from notes to balance sheet, and that's the reason that I have already compiled it. So, other current assets, prepaid expenses, may not be, because we can't ask back the prepayment that we have already done. Same advance to suppliers, we can't bring it back. Balance with government authorities, may not be, so I'm, as of now I'm including it, I'm not including it. Rent deposits, no. Advances recoverable in kind, no, it is in kind. Interest receivable, maybe I can include it. Advance to employees, I'm not so hopeful, so I'm keeping it red. Deposits with bank, maybe, yes. So these are the line items that I would like to keep as numerator of quick ratio. So let's calculate it. Quick ratio, and I have included all these. And then from other current financial assets, I am just keeping this line item from, and deposits with bank, and I'm not keeping anything from current assets. So these are the line items that will form a part of quick assets. So let's just bring all the numbers. So investments, this, press Control D. Interest receivables, this equals to notes to balance sheet, interest receivable. Deposits with bank, this, and press Control R. Say if I sum this up to find out my numerator and press Control R, this is my numerator for quick ratio. And let's calculate the quick ratio now. This 165.6 divided by current liabilities, and press Control R. Let me just copy the format. So this is our quick ratio. So now we have quick ratio, we have current ratio, and notice carefully that in FY25, current ratio fell from 3.1 to 2.9, and quick ratio fell from 0.95 to 0.39. So for current ratio, it's not a huge fall, but for quick ratio, it's a sharp fall. So now let's just pause and ask, what has changed inside current assets, because if the current ratio is still close to 3 but quick ratio has fallen sharply, then the issue is not total current assets, the issue is the quality and the mix of current asset. And for DMart, the biggest line item in that mix is the inventory. So you can notice that the biggest line item for DMart is inventory, and in fact, that's the only line item or the major line item that is missing in quick ratio. And that's the reason that the quick ratio is getting impacted between FY24 to FY25, because your inventory has increased sharply. An inventory increment by itself is not automatically good or bad. It depends on why inventory has increased between these 2 years, and that only we need to find out next. We need to understand, because inventory can either increase for two completely different reasons. One possibility is because of increase in dead stock, meaning that the products are not moving, demand is weak, and cash is getting stuck in inventory. So that case would be a warning sign. But the second possibility is growth, that the company is opening new stores, stocking its shelves a lot, expanding its capacity, and preparing for more sales. So that would be a different story. And hence, now the question is why the DMart inventory is increasing. That only we need to find out. Was it because products are not moving, or was it because the company was expanding? And to check this, let's look at few things. First, I have pulled one line from cash flow statement, which is purchase of property plant equipment, which is kind of a capex line. And you can notice that in FY25, DMart has made a lot of investment in infrastructure building to increase its store network. You can also see the count of stores addition that has been done in FY25. It's 50 store. That means DMart has added 50 stores in 1 year. So now the inventory increase in FY25 is making more sense. More stores generally require more inventory, and when that increase in inventory is happening alongside higher investment in physical infrastructure and higher store count, it looks less like random inventory buildup but more like a expansion related stocking. Now let's see if the management commentary also supports this. So now let me open Notebook LM. I have included all the transcripts for all the quarters, quarter FY25, 24, 23, everything. But here, because it is related to FY25, I have asked a question about inventory. So what is management saying? So DMart's weak quick ratio was a structural byproduct of its aggressive store expansion and ownership real estate model. And you can also see that the management commentary indicates that the inventory level 31 days were maintained to support a high volume of new opening store. So at this stage, the picture is becoming clear that the inventory increased, investment in physical infrastructure is increased, store count has increased, and the management commentary also points towards the expansion and the store ramp up. So the inventory increase does not look random, it looks connected to DMart's expansion. Now I want you to apply the same thinking to FY22, where current ratio fell from 3.6 to 3.7 to 2.8, and quick ratio fell from 1.4 to zero point 0.3. So tell me your analysis. Was this a liquidity warning sign, or was there something else happening in the business? Also check what management commentary was guiding towards at that time. So comment your answer below. And that's it for today's video. If you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.